It's not
Oh
that
yeah?
bad.
That was so nice, Holly. You did such a great job with that.
How are we going to transfer this thing? It's so heavy.
Oh, I might go get Mom's van just so that we can open the way back and get all that crap out and then just set it in there. But if we can put it on something bigger that you and I can both carry, I'll find a board or something that we can slide it up there onto.
Okay.
So we should be live. There you are. Look, I got all the settings right and everything.
Nice.
Turn around, look at the camera.
This week I watched a fuck ton.
You want to see
Catching
just
up?
how much lag there is?
I'm like on a binge. Dude, I did the same thing.
There's a little bit of lag, but
I watched
that's
all the
okay.
ones on Netflix because they put a bunch up. So Soul Taker is probably my favorite.
yeah, there was me. It's got about a 30-second lag.
That's what's great about that show is that you can probably watch it 3 or 4 times and still find new jokes or new references every time. And Soul Taker is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, there you waved.
I started watching Mitchell last night, but I fell asleep. I know that one's regarded as one of the best.
Where'd my scissors go?
The same thing. I was watching Mitchell last night too.
That pretty good, huh? What do you think? It's about all I could do to contribute to this whole thing other than lifting stuff.
Have Jerry look it up on her phone so she can see the cake.
I listen to Black Sabbath. That's what I do. Yes. To be honest, I'm a big metalhead, but I
Here, a link.
never really got into Sabbath just because, you know, they're known as the band. So I was like, yeah, well, you know, I'll get around to it. Because I know it's good.
I can do a live chat during
But
it
this
too.
weekend I was drawn and I put on.
Can you pause your thing for a second? I'm gonna call Mom real quick. I'm gonna have to walk her through this, even though it's the simplest thing in the world.
Jerry would probably do it better.
Jerry's getting her hair done.
You could just text her the link and she can
There's no link. You just go to YouTube.
Hello.
Hey, babe. Can you are you super busy right now, or can you take about 3 or 4 minutes to do something for me? Yeah, I just want you to go on YouTube, and I've got a live stream going right now that's a test. Okay. So on your phone, if you go to YouTube and search for my name in YouTube, pick the live stream that says test, and then see. Text me back with what you see once you get a chance to do it. I'll just leave it here.
Oh, my roses.
Okay. All right, thanks, bye.
Take it. The rose fell apart.
Gotta go get the power cord for my computer.
Computer? Dang flowers? Making me all sneezy. I was thinking about it last night, how I was going to cut this cake. I think I'm just going to go from top to bottom. Cut up the spice cake first. Like chop, 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 chop.
Yeah,
chop.
usually after they do the first piece thing, you know,
Yeah.
then people will disassemble. They'll like take that top piece off
Well, I can't really do that.
or cut from the top. Is that what you were saying you were going to do?
Cutting, starting with the top layer, chopping that into pieces, and putting all those pieces out, and then the middle layer, putting all those pieces out, and then the bottom layer, putting all those. So glad we didn't do just one kind of flower. I like the variety.
Yeah. Are you going to write anything on it?
No.
Okay, I've got to get these dogs fed and the chickens are open. Do you know anything about this new YouTube live streaming thing?
No, why?
Because you can just do it right from your phone and live stream whatever you want.
Oh, that's cool.
You just have to set up your YouTube channel, which is easy. You just connect your Google Plus thing.
Yeah,
and
ever
you're
since
done.
Google Plus became a
You do?
thing. No, ever since Google Plus became a thing, that's kind of how it's been on YouTube. Is everything's
Yeah.
connected.
I guess they're competing with Facebook Live, and
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to. Like,
is Facebook Live pretty good?
well, Facebook Live is really cool.
I should have
Because more
probably used
people use
that, right?
Facebook. Well, no, YouTube is fine
Okay.
as long as whoever needs to access it can access it.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. The thing with Facebook is you probably reach more people that way because it's Facebook, and people will be scrolling through their Facebook and see, oh my gosh, look, someone's doing a live stream. I'll just tap on that and see what's going on. But with YouTube, it's kind of like that, but less people just randomly scroll through YouTube than just randomly scroll through Facebook.
Got it.
At least that's what Lychee!
You're can you call this one in for me? He's gonna have to go a day or so without it. That's all right. I think he's really gotten better with out that one pill. I just don't know what it's gonna do for the long run. Unfortunately, I had ordered a big chunk of those, and they're the second most expensive one.
Please enter your prescription number.
121-869. Oops, I did it wrong.
You enter 121
What do you click if you entered it wrong?
9. If this is correct, press 1. If incorrect, press 3.
That's what you need.
Please enter your prescription number.
1212869. 1212869.
You enter 1, 2, 1, 2, 8, 6, 9. The first three letters of the last name are C, R, E, P. If this, your refill request has been submitted. To refill another prescription, press 1. If you are finished, press 3. Your order will be ready tomorrow after 3 p.m. To accept this time, press 1. For the pharmacy hours are tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The pharmacy is closed for a half-hour lunch between 1:30 and 2:30 when only one pharmacist is working. Thank you for refilling your prescription with the Costco pharmacy. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Dude, I love Masters of Reality. It's one of my favorite. We used to have the record of that, and me and my cousin would play it.
I think Mom
like,
texted
on his
you.
shitty record player, and when we were like 7, and we like would jump around on his bunk bed listening to it, and we like broke the bunk beds. Like,
Dude, Satan broke your bunk beds, dude?
yeah, we blamed it on Satan. We were like, yeah, I think Satan did it. His mom was like,
Oh, it's that damn old Satan.
his mom was like, oh, no more Satan for you.
It's funny because I actually like Dio Sabbath, which I actually
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah, sounds good.
Dio Sabbath is good, it's just not
Did
Sabbath.
these guys move on to something else, or?
They just kinda had
I can't even listen
A
to
falling out where
Yeah.
Dom was like doing everything. It was like, dude, you need to help me out. And he's like, sorry, bro, I can't. I'm busy with all this other stuff I'm doing. And he's like, well, then I'm just not gonna do it anymore. I'm gonna do something else. He's like, alright.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but Dom now does his own thing. It's called like Tales from the Tavern or something. It's kind of similar where he just does it.
Yeah.
But I don't think
There
it's
was somebody going around.
Yeah, you need that dynamic between the two people.
Which is what everyone liked about it. Like, you'll they'll read the iTunes reviews all the time and be like, we love you two together, it's great.
I always wanted to, years ago, before any of this stuff was popular, I was trying to do a thing like this for math tutoring, where it'd be two people talking like this and about specific things at UM. and then making fun of stuff and making goofy stories. And,
I don't realize they did it.
Yeah, we found out who it
but I
was.
could never get any one of my colleagues to partner up with me because it really depends on that dynamic.
Because they don't like you.
No, they just don't want to do that. Come on, Wheeler.
Solo stuff, and I think he has awesome solo now. They got the first thing that doesn't seem that cool.
Dude, the best thing he's ever done is carry that K litter in the park. That picture of him.
Hey, he lives in Los Feliz. I have yet to see him.
Yeah.
My roommate has seen him by kitty litter. He has cats.
He must have a shit ton.
No, you wrote it.
Alright, my story this week is a conclusion of the Buff Cat saga.
You said it's awesome. They're watching you decorate the cake.
It was a bit of a saga.
It's like a mini series. I guess that counts as a saga. I
I
guess.
wouldn't say made for TV though, because that dude's tail got cut off on camera.
HBO or Showtime, absolutely.
They like the cake?
HBO miniseries, yes, that's what this is.
The non-network. Alright, my story is called Sea Walking 3, The Revenge Ring Apocalypse Aftermath, I can't remember the prompts. I had to go back and listen to the podcast.
To find out what the prompt for this thing was. Dude, what's funny is that I saw on our YouTube that was viewed, our old episode, and I'm like, huh, I wonder what Josh was doing with that.
I was like, oh, this is fucking fun. I remember the one. I remember the Campbells. I remember that one. Previously on Fantasy Fiction. Let me get
She
this
said they're watching you decorate the cake, and I said that you want to know what they think of the cake.
I have a feeling we're not in Theranos anymore. Oh no, you're still up. Wizard Weed is people.
Did you hear that?
No.
Wizard weed is people.
Wizard what is people?
Wizard weed.
Wizard weed is people. Are they smoking weed?
They do all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I don't want to. I don't like the smell. It makes me nauseous.
You still smoke that stuff from Butterfly Herbs?
Sometimes.
Does Ethan like weed?
Yeah.
Where does he get it?
He doesn't really smoke it very often.
Do they just like go to Spokane or something?
His friend Lucas is way into pot and all that.
So they help him out.
Yeah.
They made a clanging sound and Buffcat
Makes sense.
Bass Tail began to switch back and forth in annoyance.
Oh my god, wait, Buffcat's got a bass tail and metal clump. Dead metal
Yeah, man. He's fucking
shit.
unstoppable. Said Buffcat as he looked down at his useless yet still insanely fucking strong paws. Please, Mr. Kitty Cat, call me Argos. Argos Galasowitz, MD. And there's no need to thank me. Oh my god, will you shut your stupid mouth? All this talking is making me get stabby, Sid interjected, clearly very annoyed and stabby. Then he stabbed Little Pointy into the wall and it immediately carved Eddie from the Iron Maiden into the woods. We have to go kill that son of a cunt sore bone splitter. He hurt my friend, and nobody hurts my friends except me when I think it's going to get a laugh, or when they owe me 5 rubies, Jerry. Said Wentworth. Phew. Okay, well you boys be careful out there now, and remember, if you ever need any more healing, just stop by and I'll heal you right up for a small fee of, okay, you aren't listening, and now you left already, okay. Soon Sid and Buffcat made their way to the clearing where the sexy as hell entrance to Bone Splitter's crypt lay just waiting to be finger banged again.
How was it sexy? Like, was it like, did it have an era about it?
It just, you know, you ever like just look at something and I'm like, that kind of looks sexy.
You ever look at something and just go, I can cook it.
Oh, fuck it. Like a watermelon or something.
Sex will find a way.
Life finds a way, dude. As they approached, they were silent and stealthy. Just as the entrance to the finger-hungry crypt was in sight, there they were. Oh shit! Mew! Mew! Both Sid and Bobcat said simultaneously as they saw what lay in front of them. All around were Zarthal zombies equipped with newly forged death metal weapons.
Oh my god.
Just milling around, being gross as fuck. Son of a dickless tit, Sid exclaimed.
Dickless dick. The son of one.
He's a fucking poet, man.
Does he have like an Uncle Sack?
Just low hanging and old. Old as hell, nonsense. We're gonna need to sneak past all these dweebs. Mew! You're right. We're going to need to blend in. Sid and Bobcat made their way over to an old abandoned grave and started putting on all kinds of fucking bone shit all over themselves. Bobcat put a bone in his hair and disguised himself as a gross girl zombie, while Sid put on a dead guy's dead skin and almost puked. He smelled like a toenail's queef.
Oh. Oh my
That's
god.
gross. Soon they started zombie walking, or Z-walking, like a slow set of stupid idiot zombies. Grrr, Sid moaned, doing his best zombie impression. I followed.
Oh, I love pumpkin.
Soon they walked past a pair of zombies examining their weapons. So, do we stab things with these? Zombie number one said as he awkwardly flourished his death metal sword. I don't know, man. We're zombies. Why would Bone Shitter give us weapons to use? This plan seems flawed and contrived, said the second zombie. Faux show, replied the first zombie, but then he took his death metal blade and plunged it into the second zombie. The zombie wailed in pain and his skin began to boil from the inside. The death metal blade was super effective. You stabbed me, the second zombie gurgled, and then lit on fire, collapsing dead as shit.
Oh my god, death metal is amazing.
Dude, it's cool as fuck. The first zombie then began to eat him because, duh, zombies. The entire horde of zombies stopped and turned to see what was going the fuck on. Then all heck broke loose. Zombies were stabbing each other all the fuck over the place. Zombies were eating zombies and ripping their arms off and shit. One zombie was even trying to eat his own ears off. Yeah, it was that crazy. Bobcat and Sid just stood there in shock, not knowing what to do. They looked at each other puzzled. Sid said, trying to be more like a zombie. Bobcat began Z-walking even harder. As soon as they reached the entrance to the finger-hungry crypt, all kinds of fucking arrows started shooting out of the walls. Run, Bobcat, Sid said. Both he and Bobcat dove through the spooky foyer and landed with a thud on the hard, cold stone floor. As they stood up, Bobcat awkwardly used his metal-encrusted claws and put his weight on them. As he did, the floor stone underneath his paws pushed down. On the other side of the room, a small doorway opened, releasing like 8 million snakes.
Oh my god.
They poured into the room like a tidal wave. Sid and Bobcat stood firm, like brothers.
Oh man, you awesome music.
Just then, the snakes started shooting magic missiles from their eyes. Oh, fuck, Sid said. Bobcat let them cross in and put his metal hands up, blocking all missiles and reflecting them back at the snakes, and the snakes flew up, and there was blood and heads everywhere.
Oh my god, wizard snakes. I imagine they have like little robes and beards. And some have like pointy hats.
That's weird, because when I first wrote it, I had a line in there about them wearing gold chains. I was just like, they wear gold chains.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that is canon. The snakes wear gold chains.
Oh, man. Finally, the two adventurers entered the laboratory of Bone Splitter. As they walked in, they could hear a strange song playing. Goodbye, horses. Flying over you, sang Bone Splitter as he stood there dancing naked with his wiener tucked back.
What the fuck is going on with this guy?
I fucking knew it! He yelled. has found them wandering around in the woods. Mew! No, Mr. Puffcat. I intend for you to die! Bone Splitter grabbed 2 death metal maces and started swinging them around like a crazy man. Puffcat went to grab his enchanted catnip sword, but alas, his paws were useless. Sid stood off to the side. This one is all yours, PC. You have to reclaim your honor. Become the kitty cat you were born to become.
Oh my god.
Just then, Puffcat began to flex. Hard. His muscles ripped. His muscles rippled, and the ground began to quake. He flexed so hard that some angels started singing, and they finger banged themselves. Bone Splitter began to shake, but still advanced toward Puffcat. Suddenly, he flexed so hard, he flexed right the fuck out of his metal paws. The metal crumbled, and a shockwave shot through the laboratory.
Oh my god.
Bone Splitter hit Puffcat with the mace, but it bounced right the hell off of his muscles.
He's so small right now. He's so small.
Puffcat hit strength, and he busted out his pockets and encased in a layer of death metal. They were deadly as fuck. Puffcat scratched Bone Splitter's face, and then he reversed back kicked his head so hard that teeth flew out of his mouth in slow motion. As his now concussed head whipped around, his face started on fire. Bone Splitter fell to the floor in pain, howling. Puffcat
Dad!
grabbed his muscly leg and kicked him in the ribs.
Yeah.
We can hold this.
Yep. You can.
I imagine his big kick was that it went like you heard the powder.
Like an hourglass inside of his chest. Yeah. Bone Splitter could no longer scream as his diaphragm was ruptured. He coughed up some blood. Puffcat stood over him. Mew, 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 mew. Classic catchphrase, Sid said as he crossed his arms and leaned against the stone wall. Puffcat kicked Bone Splitter over, so he was on his back. Mew, he said, then proceeded to take out a death metal dagger named Cut. Sid interrupted. DC man,
You know who
but it was too
was
late.
playing at the Top Hat the other night when all his fundraiser for school was happening?
So,
Slayer and Anthrax.
what the heck is that?
They're death metal, or I mean headbanging music from the 90s,
Yeah?
the 80s and 90s.
Cool.
Hey, I just saw you call. What's up? Ben.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, drop the band.
Magic stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't that the way? Isn't that
Yeah,
just
you
the
know.
way?
It's just the way it is. Josh, that was a great conclusion
Thank
to
you.
Puffcat's amazing quest. And his first one that we've heard, right?
Yeah, his first quest, and he gets a catchphrase right off the bat.
It was mew mew mew.
Come on, baby, come on. Give me some good news. Yes.
Alright, Josh. Are you ready for part 3 of my story?
Baby, baby,
This one is called I Don't Think I Titled the Sixth Part.
That's gonna be really confusing. That's gonna be more confusing than like episode 4. You know, when people say like the first Star Wars, and they're like, "Do you mean episode 1 or episode?" You know.
Did you adjust glasses?
Yep.
Outside of the crypt stood Throm and his companions as they stared at the stone door where nothing stirred. That place looks haunted as shit, said Ford the cleric. Suddenly a ghost flew out and passed the adventurers overhead while wailing, "Excuse me, boys. Booty call." "Open the door, Rogue," shouted Throm as he tossed Zalkin toward the crypt. Zalkin picked himself up, brushed himself off, and said, "Sheesh," and walked down to the door. The troll touched it with his palm, searching for a hidden switch. His fingers passed over where someone had scribbled the Battle Keg logo, a Snickerdoodle Hearts Reese's, and one of those
Alright.
nest things. And
So,
finally, to
If I just work.
Turned it, and sure enough, the door opened.
One of those S things.
A little less than 4 more years. At the university, I'll make $3,629 a month for the rest of my life.
How many years?
Somebody's hooking it up.
A little less than 4.
So you only have to work 4 more years?
Does it again.
Yep.
said Falcon
Oh,
Fred.
there you go.
The party descended into the crypt.
Oh, did Mom see that she got her
Never exist ever. It looked like a goddamn mummy. They entered a small room that had one hallway leading
her
to a
ballot?
stone staircase. It reeked of death. The barbarian wiped the eyes from his face and shouted, "Wake up, you old idiots! Oh, this is Naz's skull." To show how serious he was, Thrum punched the wall of the crypt, shattering it. When the dust cleared, there sat a skeleton about to take a bite out of a bone sandwich. He stopped and looked at our heroes and said, "Hey, a guy's gotta eat." The party was
Sandwich with a bone in it?
Let the chickens out.
Punched it over and over again. Zalgan handed the skull to Floor, who shot put it out of the crate. "No eating each other," he called after the skull as it disappeared over the horizon.
Dude, I love the fucking skeletons in this universe. They're the coolest fucking people.
They're always doing something.
They're fucking awesome. This guy's just eating a bone sandwich. He's just fucking sitting there.
I like to imagine that he just didn't have one leg and he's just eating his own bones.
Perfect.
The adventurers descended the spiral staircase, but quickly encountered another of the crypt's inhabitants. Out of the darkness crawled a giant brown spider. Our heroes armed themselves, but the spider began to speak. "Look," it said. "First things first, my name's Kathy, and I've been living in this crypt a long time. Now, I know y'all want to grab your swords and start fighting, guys, but the truth is this is my home. And we got some rules here. Rule number 1, no running in the house. Rule number 2, no backsassing and definitely no cussing. Rule number 3, hey, is that a bone made of wizard cherry wood?" And suddenly the spider fell dead, thanks to a well-placed arrow from Zalk.
Dude, I think we've all been to a Kathy's house, you know?
Oh, God. Kathy. Darkness swallowed the adventurers as they continued to the bottom of the crypt.
Right.
Thor pulled a torch from his satchel and lit it. The room was filled with an orange light, revealing several chests along with skeletons of failed treasure hunters. One had a beard and Thor yelled, "Hey, skeletons can't have beards." The beard hopped up and turned out to be one of those damn Darenosian fur beetles.
Wow, fucking fur beetle.
It ran away crying, "My dreams! Oh, my dreams!"
Dude, that's
It just
exactly.
had a dream to be a skeleton to be.
He was living it until somebody fucked it up.
Florin gasped, "Magic fur beetle!" He took note in his journal, being an avid entomologist.
Oh, lovely.
"Throb wants fancy jewels," shouted the barbarian, pointing to the chests. "I better search for traps," declared Zalkin. He stood in place as he quickly glanced around the room. "Well, it looks like this place don't got no traps," he said with a smile. Then a boxing glove sprung out of the wall and punched him in the chin. And a knife flew out of another wall and hit him in the face. And a pail of stagnant water fell on his head. And then somewhere in the crypt you could hear a snoring go. As stink fumes came off of him.
Dude. Best movie traps of all time.
Like, what was that to do?
Fucking foghorn.
"Traps can get fucked," said Theron, and he opened a chest and out flew poison snakes, biting him in the face. His face quickly swelled. Theron brushed them off with his sword, cutting off their tails as some heads remained hanging on. "Fuck traps," he said, as he opened another chest, which sent a green, stanky taint gas all over him, bringing his charisma down to a mere -69.
Oh my god.
Swollen and stanky, Throm shoved the mess that Zalkin had become aside and continued down the hall. Throm stepped on a loose brick, and out of the wall came a hail of arrows, sticking into Throm's arms and shoulders. "Suck my dick, Thraps," called the barbarian as he continued unfazed. The The troll and dwarf followed as the cleric paged through Joel Peelbody's book, trying to find a cure to the poison smell amongst the splash pages of bone-feastingly hot sex.
Splash pages.
That's just the majority of the book is these beautiful illustration of raunchy ass sex.
It's like Penthouse. It's like that's like the type of fucking that's going on in this book.
The party finally came to the room they were looking for. In the center was the black ore embedded upon a rock sculpture of the dragon's head.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Also, it was surrounded by coffins, which the lids were all off of. Out of the darkness stepped 5 undead dark elves covered in ancient black armor, each wielding a black mace. "Suck 100 dirty dicks in the pain mine, hell, motherfucker!" shouted Throm. He reached for his swords, but his arms would not move. "Those arrows must have been tipped with a paralysis poison," shouted the cleric. Zulkin and Florn tried reaching for their weapons, but they were frozen in fear of what stood in front of them. The leader of the Dark Elf stepped forward with a massive crown upon his head, holding out his hand to Throm. He clenched his fist. Throm again went to chop off his hand, but the poison began to burn, dropping Throm to a knee.
Oh man.
The Dark Elf approached the barbarian and breathed the stink of death onto him. "Fuck off, you rotten fucking sack of dirty shit," shouted the barbarian. The elf raised his hand and began to bitch slap the shit out of Throm for 7 straight minutes. Finally, the elf turned to his fellow undead and bellowed, "Bitch slap these bitches." The other elves moved forward and began to bitch slap all of them. It sounded like motherfuckers were trying to get a second encore out of Battle Cat. All of that was happening in that crypt.
Like a slap fest. Holy shit.
The leader of the Dark Elves pulled his hand back for a mighty bitch slap, but Throm had had enough. He dodged the slap and chopped at the hand, grabbing one of the fingers with his teeth, and ripped it right the fuck off, and spat it back in the Dark Elf's face, poking himself in the eye with his own damn finger. "Eat this, you dickless bag of severed cocks," yelled the barbarian,
It's slowly getting more vulgar. Just
slowly making less sense.
It's slowly crazier.
Yelled the barbarian as he pulled back and headbutted the elf, causing his undead skull to cave in. He then kicked the elf's torso right the fuck off. The other undead elves took a break from Bitch Slap Fest 2K20 to look at all the commotion. And in that moment, Zulkin and Florn seized their opportunity. They drew their weapons and began to cut the keepers down, which wasn't really all that hard because they were mostly bony dead guys. Joel Heelbody's book lay on the ground as the cleric was caving it in kneecaps with his mace. Arms still paralyzed, Throm began to use his feet to page through the cleric's book.
Like his toes.
Yeah, he kicked the cover open and tried to turn the pages, ripping most of them as he looked for a spell to heal his arms. Throm paged over an image of Joel Heelbody and 7 elves 60-90 on a cloud. "Fucking books!" yelled Throm as he began to stomp the book in frustration. The book began to glow and a blue magic wrapped itself around Throm. He began to feel the blood trickling down his arms as he moved his fingers. The poison was healed. After a few minutes, the fighting had ended. The black ore still shined amongst the limbs, blood, and bodies.
Oh man.
The barbarian reached down and hugged onto it. Then, with all his strength, he pulled back, ripping the ore out of the structure. He held it above his head and shouted, "Now all who defy Throm or even look dirty at Throm shall be super murdered." Zulkin and Ford briefly celebrated, when suddenly the eyes of the dragon statue cracked and shattered,
Oh
and
my
the
god.
eyes of a real-ass dragon began to move about as they glowed, filling the crypt with a blood-red light.
Oh my god.
The rest of the dragon stone shell cracked and the head lifted up out of the crypt and began to breathe. "Super fuck this, I'm out," yelled Zulkin, grabbing Thor by the cloak. Heading for the stairs, Throm yelled, "Eat shit," and punched the dragon in the jaw, dazing it for a moment, then ran for the stairs as well, more above his head. The crypt shook and began to fall apart as the boys climbed the stairs faster and faster. Throm quickly faced the rogue and cleric as they grabbed onto the barbarian, carrying the ore and the rest of his party out of the crypt. As As the boys exited, they came face to face with three skeleton steeds covered in battle armor with sacks of gold and jewels hanging from their saddles. Confused, the party scanned to the left, looking for the owners, but instead saw another crypt just across the way with a sign that read, Steeds of the Ancient Keeper's Crypt, aka rich-ass motherfucking undead steedly horses.
I love how this crypt is like just across like the street.
Yeah, it's just another crypt. It's for the horses. The party let out an understanding, oh, and then someone said, their names are rich. They mounted and headed east for Golden. The steeds bolted as fast as they could, which, to be honest, was pretty fucking quick for a horse with no muscles at all. On the horizon behind them, the crypt crumbled into Orkspire as a black dragon flew into the air and swooped back around after them. Oh my god. Ride faster, large-boned dogs, demanded Throb as the dragon quickly gained on them. The black dragon was close. Throb stood on his steed and turned around to face the dragon. He threw one of his swords at him, which struck it in the neck. The dragon whipped its head back as the barbarian readied the other sword, but was quickly disarmed as the dragon swiped at Throb's hand with its talon.
Oh god.
Throb jumped from his horse onto the dragon's head and began punching him right in the motherfucking eye. Meanwhile, a warrior sat with his family eating. He dropped his fork and said, God damn! It feels like a barbarian has punched a dragon in the freaking eye over and over again while the case is working a troll on skeletal horseback. Does anyone else feel that?
I fucking love that guy.
The warrior got up from the table and looked outside. Sure enough, Zalkin and Ford passed the warrior's door, followed by Throb and the black dragon. The warrior slowly shut his door as his child came up to him. Daddy, what is it? The warrior grabbed his son by his shoulders and said, Promise me you'll never go outside again. Promise me! I promise, Daddy! Said the young boy crying.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Alright, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Throb leapt back onto his skeletal steed as the party roared into Doldan and headed for the blacksmith. Anyone who stood in their way to the blacksmith was savagely beaten. Like, they really didn't have the time for this shit. Bazalkin drop-kicked the fuck out of one guy who was waiting in line for wizard tacos. They threw open the blacksmith's door. The blacksmith was there doing a little dance and singing. Oh, I like to make swords, I'm a sword making boy. Sometimes I make maces, but I love to make swords. Oh, hey guys. He said, noticing the party. Throb smashed the ore down on his workbench, destroying it completely, and yelled, Offeroth, now! The blacksmith worked quickly as the dragon wreaked havoc on the town. After a while, the sword was almost dead.
kind of. Frankie.
Take my shower. I'm gonna shut this down.
Where do you want to sit?
No, I don't want this.
Hey, Joe.
Okay.
Uh,
Is this gonna encroach too much
Not
on
at
your
all.
operation here?
Nope,
It's pretty wet.
not even a little bit. I just have to. This is the one that I want here.
Are you live streaming?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Got a place for you to sit, second row.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, come on, thing. Oh, I gotta do this.